What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade. Basketball analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. We're going to talk about the shooting guards today. Going to give y'all 2-for-1 to catch up. First, we're going to go honorable mentions. Jaylen Brown. I'm a Celtics fan. I love what he did last year. A lot of people have him possibly making the All-Star team this year. You got a lot of injuries, so guys are going to have to step up, and Jaylen Brown has grown and improved every year. And at the end of the day, this might be the season where he cracks the top five. There's some injuries like Klay Thompson and some other guys, but Jaylen Brown is definitely going to be in the discussion. Paul George. A lot of people have been making fun of Paul George, and he still got paid, and he's still starting, and he's still with the Clippers for right now. And hopefully he's remotivated and ready to, silence the critics and silence the haters. And if that's the case, then I can see him possibly being back in this list next year. Now, before we get into the year, this is predicting how the season is going to go based off this year. So these are my 5 players that I think will be the order of the best shooting guards by this year to the end. And this doesn't include trades or injuries because we don't know what's going to happen. We only can go based on what we know right now. That's why this is a prediction. Number 5, Donovan Mitchell was absolutely fantastic in the bubble, was lighting everybody up. He performed like the Donovan Mitchell that we all wanted to see. We all wanted to see Donovan Mitchell take that next step and just be unstoppable. The three balls was flying, whether it was catch and shoot, whether it was off the dribble, whether it's through screens, even in the mid range. You had the floater going, the free throws going, finishing in that paint. He was absolutely annihilating the Denver Nuggets, and that's what he should do. If you have that confidence and you have that ability, why not unleash it? And they're going to need him to do that because I feel like the West got significantly better and the Utah Jazz didn't. So if they want to win a lot of games, they're going to depend on their offensive hub, which has become Donovan Mitchell. And other guys are going to have to follow suit. And he's getting paid like a superstar now. And he was an all-star last year. And injuries and stuff helped that, but he still was selected and he still is one of them. But it's time for him to take what he did in the bubble and apply it to the regular season and in the playoffs again. I feel like he kept getting stopped in the playoffs and he kept, not being a great player and playmaker in the playoffs. And he did a lot of that this year in the bubble. And I was happy to see that because it shows you that he's hungry. It shows you the growth and the development that he has and the love he has for the game. So he did something that we all wanted to see. The unfortunate part was they still lost in the first round after you did all that hard work and all that dominance. So it ended up being, for nothing at the end of the day because they didn't even win a round. But Donovan Mitchell is one of the players you have to watch out for. He really made a name for himself, really built his image and his brand in the bubble. The legends are made in the playoffs, and he was able to do that. So honestly and truthfully, I like Donovan Mitchell, and I think he's going to be top 5. Bradley Beal. I think that he should have been top 5, but he did not play in the bubble, and his team did not make the playoffs, and that's why a lot of people didn't really care for his season. But it's still tough to average 30 points per game, especially when he was above average as a high volume shooter, shooting above 45%, and he did shoot decent from 3 at 35%, and still was an 84% free throw shooter. The guy is absolutely unstoppable, has every move in the game basically besides posting up. And he don't really need that because the team has so much spacing on the floor that all he has to do is just knock down and create shots. And he was able to do that. Now, the reason why I don't have him higher is they don't have to have him do as much as he did last year because they're healthier. One of the biggest reasons why he was able to average those numbers is because the team was just that bad and they needed somebody to put the ball in the basket just like we've seen Donovan Mitchell do, and he was able to take that opportunity and get it done. But it still resulted in him not being an all-star, not being all NBA, and not even making the playoffs, which is unfortunate for him to be able to do that and get no accolades or no recognition. But that's exactly what happened. Well, Russ down there, we know he's going to take and absorb a lot of shots. So I think that those numbers are going to go down, but hopefully his efficiency goes up. And if that happens, it balances out in a weird kind of way, but it does. Devin Booker. Now, a lot of people wouldn't have him this high, but you look at the fact that he dominated in the bubble and he was basically in conversation to make the playoffs, but they fell a little short, which is sad. But I feel like Devin Booker is going to be one of the biggest reasons why the Phoenix Suns will rise into the playoffs and even get a top 5 seed in the West if he can stay healthy. You look at the fact that he averaged 6 assists, averaged 26 points a game, was efficient from the field throughout the whole year to me, and he was a closer in the bubble and in the regular season. And the fact that this guy can score everywhere. He's just like the other guys, but the fact is he was more efficient and he was more smarter, and he, was able to rely on his teammates too and allow them to still fit around him, but also play and do their own thing. The reason why I have him this high is just because I feel like he has a better team than Mitchell and Bradley Beal, but he also is a guy that's more humble. He's going to take less, do less, but he's also going to step up when it matters most, and he's a guy that can take over a game just like them. The difference is Devin Booker is a lot more unselfish, and he has to be like that because the talent that he has around him now is spectacular. Now it's just about taking advantage of it and just being dominant and efficient again. And if he can do that with winning more games, I think he comes home with more accolades. He was already an all-star last year. He was an all-star last year. And I think he can be an all-star this year too if he can continue to win. Winning cures a lot of things. A lot of people didn't like or respect Booker because they wasn't winning and they wasn't getting nothing. They looked at him as a guy that was putting up empty stats and really just chasing stats, like he went for some high scoring games, but it really amounted to nothing because they kept losing. I feel like he finally gets the monkey off his back, gets to the playoffs, has one of the best teams in the league, and he's going to get a lot of the accolades and a lot of the praise just because he's going to have the numbers and they're going to win. And if those things happen, that was cure his brand and his name. Because that's the only thing that you have on Devin Booker is he's not a winner. He hasn't made it to the playoffs. He hasn't done anything. And being an all-star was one step. Now it's just about getting the wins. And I think that he will finally be able to get that monkey off his back this year and get the wins. So I think that'll be done. Number two, Luka. Luka Doncic is flat out amazing. I have him winning MVP this year just because I feel like they put the right pieces around him to really succeed in the NBA. And it gave him guys that can defend, guys that can shoot, and guys that can play well off of him. We already know that Luka is one of the more unstoppable players, being able to probe the defense, float, hit jump shots, hit threes, while also being able to keep his teammates involved, even if he's in the pick and roll. And with Porzingis being out, just like we've seen these other guys, he's going to have to step up early in the season and carry this team. And I think him and Rick Carlisle will get the job done, and it will be fun to watch. And that's why I think he will come home with the MVP. Now, the thing about that is, will he be able to do it in the playoffs? We've seen him have some good and some bad games in the playoffs, even a game winner. We're not really questioning Luka about that because he already has made the playoffs. He already has become an all-star. He has already become an all-NBA player. So the questions is not there for him. The question now is how far can he get this team in the Western Conference? And that's going to be his question this year. Will they be a first-round exit, second round, third round? Can they get to the finals, or can they make another move? We won't know what he do. That's why it's a prediction. But everything else he already has done, and he has done it just like these other guys. But the difference is how far can he go? That's going to be the question for Luka. But other than that, that's why he's number two. Number one, James Harden. James Harden, this was an easy one because we already know that James Harden is probably the most unstoppable guy now that Kevin Durant has the Achilles injury in the NBA. This is a guy that averaged 30 the last 3 years. And these guys are hovering around that or getting close. But James Harden said, you know what? I done did it 3 years in a row. And not only that, I have averaged over 34 points per game in the last 2 seasons. So, he's going to be the best passer outside of Luka. He's going to be able to get the rebounds. The efficiency and the high volume is going to be there. The dominance is going to be there. And he has already went to the Western Conference Finals twice. He has already became the number one player as an MVP. He has already even took it even further, became the number one team in the entire NBA when him and Chris Paul was a duo for the first year together. And now it's just about can he lead a team to a title? And that's the only question that we have about James Harden. Can James Harden be the best player on a championship team? We won't know if he'll do it in Houston. Will he do it in Brooklyn? Or will he do it on another team like Philly or something else? We don't know what he's going to be able to do and what he's capable of when he gets that type of talent around him. But everything else he has done, the biggest knock on him is that or can he play even better on defense? But when you look at this list, none of these players are great defenders. Even Brown, he's the best defender that was honorable mention, and Paul George has took a slide on that end too. So with that being said, he has no question besides can he be a best player on a championship team, and we might see it. If not, we'll see it in the future. If not, he never may be one. That's only knock on James Harden's career. Not a great defender, hasn't led a team to a title as the best player. Other than that, he checked all my boxes, and that's why he's the number one shooting guard in the league for so many years. And honestly and truthfully, I don't think it's going to change this year either, and that's why I have him number one. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. Thanks for everybody that likes on Facebook. Thanks for everybody that continues to check it out. Not only that, check out my spread shirt. You can find merchandise that's exclusively on there only. That in the description, comment section below. You can also buy merchandise on my Facebook page that's exclusively on there. You can change the color of the hat, change the color of the shirt, customize it the way the way you want it to be, and I can message me and I can get it shipped out to you. I have stuff displayed on my Facebook if you want to check out which one you would like. Not only that, like and share, and if you don't want to buy any merchandise, like and share. That's another way people can check out this video, find out about this video, and know about it. So that's another way you can support the channel if you don't want to buy any merchandise. Not only that, comment. Let me know what you guys agree, disagree with, or let me know your list in the comment section below. I read every comment, so don't be afraid. And I ain't gonna judge you either. I like hearing what you guys have to say. And on top of that, I make videos every day. So if you like videos every day, I have over 2,000 on my channel, whether it's breakdowns of players, legends, rookies, and even summer league coverage, free agency talk, trade deadline, playoff prediction, season previews, top 10 lists, or whatever. Check that out. Other than that, Quinn Wade, basketball analysis signing out. Enjoy the rest of y'all day.